Okay, hello. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Get my Instagrammers going here. All right. Here we are. Cool. We've got about, it's about that time. All right. Now we're live on both screens. Okay. Hi guys. I'm Jamie King. Welcome to Flex and Flow Digital. We're going to really open things up this morning. So this flow is all about making space. Hopefully making space in your body and also in your mind. So finding some ways to sort of clear cobwebs, maybe shake some old things out, make room for some new things, so that we can make space and take up more space and just feel really expansive and good. So it's lots of hips. We're gonna get into the hamstrings quite a bit. We'll do some fun flows. Hi Bianca, good morning. All right, good morning guys on Insta. As people are getting themselves situated, go ahead and when you are ready, find your way into child's pose. And we're just gonna start there. And if for whatever reason, any reason whatsoever, child's pose doesn't work for you, I want you to feel free to take something else that does. So never feel married or obligated to any offering that I give to you. It is just that, an offering, and you are free to ignore me or take things as they feel right in your body. And then once you find your way into a child's pose or a comfy seated situation that works for you this morning, see if you can begin to elongate your spine. So no matter where you are on the mat, send your energy towards your spine. Think about lengthening it from the crown of the head all the way down to the tail. Think about releasing shoulders from your ears. You just acknowledge if you're holding on to tension there, or if there's areas where you could maybe release a little bit, soften so that you can find more space. And as you continue to place your focus on your spine, finding more length there this morning, I invite you to start to come into your breath. And by that, I just mean simply finding some breath that feels intentional. Finding some breath that takes up space in your body and your mind. So filling your nostrils with air, filling the belly with air, and then deflating the belly, drawing the breath back out. Filling up and simply releasing. Finding this calming breath as we begin to take space up in the body, as we take inventory of how we're feeling in this moment. Deep inhales and exhales. And then if you'd like, if you're in your child's pose, go ahead and just bend your elbows and drop them down to your mat. And then bring your palms together to touch. And then take your hands, your thumbs, and draw them back towards the back of the neck. So So the elbows are bent. You're feeling a little stretch and length maybe through your triceps. Maybe starting to release a little bit into your shoulders. Take 2 more breaths here, just opening up through the backs of the arms if you like this variation. One more full breath in. And as you breathe out, release the hands if you have them lifted, walk the fingertips back out, and then start to come up to all fours, find tabletop pose. Hug your low belly in, feel your spine get really long here. So feeling that length again into your spine, and really drawing and hugging the low part of the belly in. And then once you have that, take your right toes and draw them back behind you in space, so they're up at hip height. And then press through your palms, feel the fingertips spread. And then turn your toes towards the right side of the root, and then draw your leg out laterally. So now you've got this nice lateral extension. Feel the breath into that right leg, the right hip. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bend your right knee, draw in towards your right tricep. Nice. And then inhale, extend the leg back behind you. 2 more times, turn the toes out, and draw your leg out to the right. See if you can keep the weight equal in both palms, and then bring your knee in towards your tricep. 1 more time, draw it out long. Turn the toes, lengthen out laterally, and knee in towards tricep. Draw it out long, take a deep breath in. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, press up and back, kind of 3-legged dog. Take another full inhale, feel that length in your back of your left leg. And as you exhale, release the toes down, pedal up the feet. Finding a downward facing dog for the first. 1 more breath here. And then find some stillness. Take an inhale to rock yourself forward into your high plank pose. And then from here, lower all the way down to the belly, nice and slow, bending the elbows in towards the ribs. Once you arrive on your belly, untuck the toes, plant the tops of the feet. Lift up through the heart, Bhujangasana Cobra. Lengthen across the collarbone, draw your shoulders down and back. Take another deep breath in here. And as you take a breath out, press through your palms and draw your hips towards your heels, child's pose. Take a deep inhale and deep exhale. Rock forward into tabletop pose, find your breath. Find that low belly, draw your shoulder blades down and back, extending through the left leg this time on your inhale. Pause here, really feel that strength in your legs, press through both palms evenly, and then turn your left toes to the left. Move your leg towards the left laterally, hold for a big breath in, feel that stretch, that length. Breath out, knee the tricep. Inhale, extend it back 2 more times, turn the toes to the left, move your leg laterally, breathe in, knee to tricep, breathe out. 1 more, inhale, extend. Exhale, turn the toes, move the leg laterally, knee to tricep. Inhale, extend. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, press up and back, 3-legged dog, 2 big breaths. Press into the right heel, feel the left leg lift, 1 more big breath. Release the left toes down. Pedal out the feet. Find a little space. See if you can feel that length through your calves, your hamstrings. Take another inhale. Find stillness as you exhale. Roll forward into plank pose. And then very slowly bend the elbows lower all the way down to the belly, release. Once you arrive onto the belly, untuck the toes. Lift up through the heart, Bhujangasana Cobra. Draw your elbows in towards the ribs. Expand across your collarbone, so draw your shoulder blades a little closer. Take 1 more breath in, and breath out, forehead to the floor. Press back to your child's pose, hips towards heels, make space. Roll forward, find tabletop. This time, go ahead and lengthen through your spine, so feel your low belly drawing in. And then tuck your toes, so both feet on the mat. Start to hover your knees 2 inches and hold here. Warming through the legs, we're here for 3. We're here for 2. 1, press up and back, downward facing. Take 2 big breaths here, moving if you need, or finding stillness if that's what your body is calling for. Take 1 more full inhale. And full exhale. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bend your knees, squatted dog. Gaze forward between your palms, inhale, and step both feet to the top of the mat, forward folds. Release into the backs of the legs. So really feel all four corners of your feet rooting into the mat, and then press through the feet to lengthen through the backs of the legs and press the hips towards the sky. So my knees are very bent here, and that is okay. We're looking for that hip lifting and then spine lengthening. So we're really trying to lift our hips towards the sky, press through the feet, and then draw the belly down towards the thighs. You don't have to be a pretzel to be in this posture and make it beneficial. Finding the sensation by really activating through the feet, the tops of the thighs, and lifting your hips. Take one more big breath in. And breath out here. On an inhale, take your hands to blocks or maybe shins, and find a halfway lift, belly draws in. Keep your neck nice and long, gazing down at your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, circle sweep the arms up and overhead, press through the feet, lift up, lengthen. And then as you exhale, release your hands down to the small part of your back. So low back. Take opposite elbows or clasp your palms and roll your shoulder blades back and down. Lift and lengthen up through your heart. Deep breath in. Breath out, bend the knees, belly towards thighs, and fold. Take two big breaths here. One more big breath here. Release the hands down the backs of the legs and just let everything dangle for a moment. We're going to go through that same thing just a little bit faster 2 more times. On an inhale, find your halfway lift. As you exhale, plant the palms and step it back to plank pose. Rock your weight forward as you breathe in. Lower all the way to the belly or halfway if you choose. Upward facing dog or cobra. Expand across your collarbone. Lift up through your heart. Downward facing dog. Press your hips towards the sky. Take one big breath in here. And big breath out. Starting to build a little heat. Gaze forward, bend the knees. Hop, step or float the feet to the top of the mat. Fold. Take a halfway lift, hands to shins or blocks, long spine. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, circle, sweep the arms up and overhead. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, release the hands behind your back. Opposite elbows or clasp the palms. Roll the shoulder blades together and lift through the heart. Inhale. Bend into the knees, draw the belly towards the thighs, and fold over the legs. Take a deep breath in. And a breath out, release the hands down the backs of the legs, all the way to the mat. Halfway lift when you're ready. Step it back, plank pose. Find an inhale to rock your weight forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Draw the hips towards the sky. Lengthen your back body. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Gaze forward. Soften the knees. Hop, step, or float the feet to the top of the mat. Fold. Halfway lift when you arrive. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, Urdhva Hastasana. Root through the feet. Lift up, lengthen. Exhale, hands down to low spine. Opposite elbows or fingers clasp. Roll the shoulder blades together. Lift and lengthen through the heart. Breath in. Soften the knees, bring belly towards thighs, and fold over the legs. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, release down. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, make your way to downward facing dog. You can take a vinyasa or skip it. Find what you need. Find what makes sense in your body this morning. And feel free to modify and amplify as you see fit. Take 2 big breaths here in your dog. Finding a little cleansing, making a little space. One more breath. On an inhale, start to plug down through your left foot, reach your right foot to the sky, find your three-legged dog. Take an inhale breath, even weight both palms. As you exhale, bend your right knee, bring your right heel towards your left seat. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Re-extend your right leg long, and then bring your right knee to your right tricep. Give it a nice tight squeeze. We're going to step the foot back onto the mat, bend the knees, squatted dog. All right, 2 more times. Knee to right tricep, squeeze. Squatted dog as you exhale. 1 more time, right knee, right tricep, squeeze. Hold it here for 3. Lift a little higher, 2. 1, step the right toes outside of your right hand. You can heel toe as much as you need to make space. And then we're going to just simply lower the back knee down. And I want you to feel the outer edge of the right foot pressing into the mat. Maybe take your right hand to the inner part of the thigh and just give your hips a gentle nudge open. Maybe gazing up over your right shoulder and just breathing into space here. Take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release your right hand down. Now, if this doesn't feel good for you, you can change the hands. You can walk your foot back to center, or just begin to slide your hips back towards your left heel as you lengthen your right leg. So finding this half split variation with your hands on the inside. And just notice the difference. See if you can feel this stretch all the way up through the outside of your right leg, so your right tibial. Take another deep breath in here. And a deep breath out. Rebend into the right knee, walk your fingers forward. And then just as you are, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. And now I want to see if you can start to lift your left foot, maybe keep your hands where they are, standing split. Lengthening through the right leg, really pressing into all 4 corners of the right foot. Starting to square that left foot down. If this variation is not your thing, you can always frame the foot with your hands for a little bit more balance. Take another deep breath in here. And a deep breath out. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, release both feet to the mat. Find a forward fold. Soften out through the top of the body. And then on your inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back like pose. Start to lift your right foot off the mat with your next inhale. And then point the toes back behind you. So really strong here. Strengthen through the low belly. And then tap the top of the foot onto the mat. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Draw your knee in towards your nose, squeeze. And lightly step the right foot through. Spin your back heel down, parallel to the back edge of the mat. And spiral yourself open, warrior 2. Press down into the hips, lengthen the arms, stretch your fingertips wide, deep breath in. Sink a little deeper breath out. Inhale, reach forward with your right fingertips, flip the palm, reverse it, take it up and back, inhale. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Slide your right leg back behind you, find your plank. Vinyasa of choice, move through low plank on your belly or halfway down. Inhale, find cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Draw your hips towards the sky. Take 2 deep breaths. 1 more deep cleansing inhale. Deep cleansing out. Exhale. Ground down through your right foot and lift your left foot to the sky. So really strong legs. Breathe in. Breathe out, bend the left knee, step open the hip, find space in your left side body. Take another inhale here. And then begin to level off the hips, find that 3-legged. Bring your left knee to your left tricep, squeeze it high, and then send the foot back, bend the knees, squatted dog. 2 more times, knee to tricep, squeeze, squatted dog, exhale. 1 more time, knee to tricep, squeeze and hold for 3. Lift a little higher, 2. Lift a little higher, 1. Step the left foot through. Pause here for a moment just to get the hips to square. So draw that right foot forward and really press through the top of the right thigh. and then soften the knee down. Now feel into that outer edge, the pinky side edge of your left foot, and see if you can really energetically work that left hip open. Maybe left hand comes to the inner part of the left thigh, and maybe your gaze comes up over your left shoulder. Wherever you are, send energy and breath into your left hip. Find space. Take another inhale. Release both hands back to the mat. Your choice, you can frame the foot or keep the hands to the inside as you walk your hips back towards your right heel and extend through your left leg. Find your breath here. Think about lengthening your spine, so driving your forehead past your left toes. Imagining yourself like that. Take another inhale breath, maybe lengthen. Exhale breath, maybe fold a little deeper. Start to bend into the left knee, walk your hands back inside of your left leg. And then tuck your right toes, lift the knee. You can keep your hands as they are, or if it's too much, frame the foot. You're going to start to lengthen the left leg as you drive your right heel towards the sky, finding a variation of standing split. See if you can draw that right foot down and really root down through the left leg. Pause and hold here. Take another full breath in. Stay for the breath out. Big inhale. Set the right foot down to meet the left, forward fold, soften. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to a plank and hold. Rock the weight forward, deep breath in, and then lift your left toes off of the mat. So strong body here. 3 taps. Point your left toes back behind you, tap the top of the foot on the mat, and then lift it up. 2 more times, tap. Strong right leg, lift. Tap, lift. Knee to nose, squeeze, round the upper part of the spine, and lightly step the foot through. Spin your back heel down, warrior 2, lift up. Sink into the hips. 2 more big breaths here in your 2. Just pausing, see if you can melt down a little bit deeper into that hip. See if you can open the right hip so that it's just a nice wide distance away from the left. On your next inhale, reach your left fingers forward, flip the palm. Reverse your warrior, take it up and back, lengthen your left side body. As you exhale, spiral the hands down towards your mat, and then find plank pose. Inhale, find your weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga, or all the way to the belly. Vinyasa of choice. Move yourself to downward facing dog, however you need to get there. 2 deep breaths. 1 more deep breath. On an inhale, gaze forward between the palms, come up onto the balls of the feet, and then hop, step, or float your way to the top of the mat and fold. As you inhale, find a halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, root down, lift up. Find space. Exhale, hands come down to the lower part of the spine. Opposite elbows or fingertips clasp. Roll your heart space, open gaze up. Bend the knees, belly down towards your thighs. We fold. Take another 2 deep breaths here. 1 more deep breath here. Release the hands down the back of the hamstrings and then all the way to the floor. Find a halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank pose. As you inhale, rock the weight forward. Begin to lift your right toes. Once again, point them back behind you. And then tap the right top of the foot on the mat and lift. Tap it down. Strong left leg and lift. Strong right glute and lift. Beautiful, knee to nose. This time, 3-legged dog extended all the way up and back. Bend into the knee, step it, and then inhale, re-extend. Knee to right tricep, squeeze. Squatted dog as you exhale, bend the knees. Knee to right tricep, squeeze. Squatted dog, send it back. 1 more, knee to right tricep, squeeze in, hold 3. Lift a little higher, 2. 1, lightly step the foot outside of the hand. Lower the back knee. Maybe take right hand to inner thigh and just gently press open. Gaze up over the right shoulder if that's available. Take a deep breath in. And breath out, release the hands. towards left heel, lengthen your right leg, half Manasana, half split. Take a big breath in here. And a big breath out here. Walk yourself back to the top of the mat, bend into the right knee, and then start to tuck your left toes, lift the knee off the mat, and lengthen the right leg to climb standing split, pressing your left heel high. Hands can be inside the right foot or framing it, your choice. Take another deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, bring both feet to meet, find your forward fold. Take an inhale, find a halfway lift. And then this time, as you exhale, full release that down. Sweep your fingertips on the mat, drop your hips, lift up through your heart. Take a deep breath in your chair pose with Utkatasana. Sink the seat a little bit lower. On your inhale, press through your right foot, and really strong legs, draw your left knee in towards your belly, standing behind the raise. Pause here. Maybe start to extend through the left leg. Find that activation through the back of the left thigh and the top of the quad. Take an inhale. And then pendulum, release the left foot back behind you, warrior three. Strong right leg. Hold in here. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, bend your right knee, step your left toes back, high crescent pose. Find your breath. Sink down a little lower into the right knee. Square your left hip forward. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to your low spine, opposite elbows or fingers clasp. Roll the shoulder blades back and down, gaze up, find space. As you exhale, hover your belly over your right thigh. And then if you still have the same amount of space, and your left hip can continue to drag forward in line with the right, maybe start to melt your right shoulder to the inside of your right thigh. Taking 2 more big breaths. Humble warrior. 1 more big breath. On your next exhale, go ahead and release the hands down to the inside of the right foot. And then keep your left hand where it is. Just gently draw your right arm to the sky, finding an easy twist. Press your left thigh away from the mat. And then maybe begin to tense your left fingertips or lift them an inch and pull. Take a big breath here. Breath out. Stand all the way up, open arm twist. Woo, take a big inhale. Lengthen across the back of your left leg, or the top of it rather. And then on your exhale, spin your left heel down, open up, warrior two. Sink down into the right leg, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Reach forward on your inhale, flip your palm. Reverse the warrior, take it up and back. Take a deep breath into your right rib cage. On your breath out, float all the way forward until your right forearm rests on your thigh or comes inside for extended side angle. Left fingers reach high or maybe up and over your left ear. Spin your left heart space open. Find deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Take another full inhale, full exhale. On your next inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, both hands come down to the inside of the right foot. Find this lizard lunge, and then soften your back knee, so the left knee, and then spring forward, Malasana squat. Sink into your hips. Feel your heart lifting. Press the elbows in towards the inner thighs, and then at the same time, see if you can press the palms together. So you're creating this openness in the top of your spine also, so that nice feeling of like stretching across the shoulder blades as you lift and lengthen across the heart. So becoming more expansive rather than sort of contracting into this. Okay, so we don't want to contract into this, we want to expand out of it. And then lift up a little bit through the pubic bone to really engage the belly. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, go ahead and rock down your booty. Maybe use your hands or not. Take your fingertips, point them towards your seat. Okay, from here, separate your feet so they're about hips width, not super wide. And then come onto that little space sort of between the upper part of the booty and the low spine. And then start to draw your shins parallel towards the ceiling. So you can lift one at a time, or if you have the space, lift both at a time. You can stay here with your hands on the mat, or take hands to the backs of the thighs, or draw the palms open towards the ceiling. We're here for 3 breaths. Flex through the feet, so really draw activation into the legs to help you support the core. Take one more big breath. And then as you exhale, release all the air out through the mouth. Take a big inhale breath to expand yourself down towards the mat. So finding your low boat. Pausing here for 3 breaths. Same thing as our high boat. You can always lower forearms if you need more support or bend the knees. 2 more breaths. 1 more big breath. We're going to inhale through the nose. Empty it out through the mouth. Inhale, high boat. Dry yourself up. Holding here for 3 breaths. Flex through the toes. Holding for 3. Holding for 2 more breaths. Big breath in through the nose. Empty all the air out, exhale. Low boat, last time. Take it down, nice and slow. Activate your belly. Feel your legs working. We're here for another 2 breaths. 1 more breath. Empty the air out. High boat pose, rock it up. This time, hands behind hamstrings. Rock and roll on the spine, and we'll meet in downward facing. So if you want, you can shift yourself into a vinyasa of your choosing, or skip it and meet us in downward facing dog. Finding what you need, taking your time to get there. Breathing into the back side of the body, making space, feeling the breath traveling through you right now, lengthening you out, expanding you. Feel your spine getting longer, feel your shoulders getting softer. Take another full inhale. Release through the mouth, let it go. On your next inhale, we're going to gaze forward between the palms. Soften into the knees, and you can hop, step, or float your way to the top of the mat with fold. On your inhale, it's a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Urdhva Hastasana, root through the feet. Reach the arms up nice and high to the sky. And exhale, release them down behind your low spine. Opposite elbows or clasp the palms. Roll your shoulder blades up and back. Feel that expansion through your heart, bend the knees, and drop your belly towards your thighs. Keep pressing through the feet. Keep expanding, lifting the hips towards the sky. 1 more inhale. And exhale, release the hands down the backs of the legs. As you breathe in, find a halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your palms and step back and hold your plank pose. From here, rock forward so that you're really active in your front side body. And then lift your left toes off of the mat. Point the left toes back behind you, and then tap the top of the foot down and lift up. Use your glutes. Tap down, lift up. 1 more, tap down, lift up. Beautiful. We're going to take it up to the sky this time. 3-legged dog, draw up and back. And then bend the knees, stack the hip, draw open. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee or left tricep, squeeze. Squatted dog as you exhale, plant the foot, bend the knees. Inhale, find your knee to tricep, squeeze. Squatted dog, send it back. 1 more, knee to tricep, knee, hold 3. Lift it a little higher for 2. 1, let you step the foot outside of your left hand. You may need to heel toe. Work that right hip in line with the left, and then maybe soften the right knee down. You can stay as you are, or left hand to the inner part of the left thigh and just gently nudge it open. Drawing your gaze up over your left shoulder if you have that space. Take another inhale here. And stay for the exhale here. Release the hands down. And then you can frame the foot or keep the hands to the inside of the left as you shift the hips towards your right heel. Lengthening your left leg, half Padmanasana. Lift and lengthen up through the spine. Find a little more space, expand. And then exhale, keep that expansion as you fold. Walk the fingers forward. You can frame or keep hands as they are. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, standing split. Lifting your right heel high as you lengthen through the left leg. Find your breath. Stay with it. 1 more inhale. 2 feet meet as you exhale, forward fold. You can bring your hands to frame your feet. When you arrive, take a little halfway lift. Just lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. This time, sweep your fingertips on your mat, sink your butt, lift your heart with Uttanasana chair pose. Feel the sides of the body growing longer, and then the shoulders softening as you draw the arms up. Take another inhale, and then really sink into your seat as you exhale. We're going to lengthen the left leg, and at the same time, draw the right knee in towards the chest. So standing high knee raise. And then if you have the space, start to draw your right foot forward, really flexing through the heel, feeling expansion through the back of your leg. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, pendulum your right leg back behind you, warrior three. See if you can square that right foot down. Wherever you need your hands to be, hips behind you, heart, or even forward. It is your choice. Take another inhale wherever you are. And then begin to soften your left knee, plant your right toes, reach your arms up overhead. Crescent pose. Find your space here. Deep inhales. See if you can press your right hip gently forward and then nudge the top of the right foot back. So you're pressing through the top of the thigh as though you were going to lengthen out everything, but keep this right hip just gently, energetically pressing forward. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down to your low spine. Opposite elbows or clasp the palms. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Lengthen through your heart. Exhale, hover belly over left thigh. Stay here, or if you continue to have space, bring your left shoulder to the inside of your left leg and find this nice humble warrior variation, keeping your right hip drawing forward, breathing in and out soft. One more full breath. On your next inhale, begin to release your bind, and exhale, hands come down to the inside of your left foot. Heel toe if you need to make space. And then keep your right hand where it is, draw your left fingers to the sky, easy twist. You can stay, or perhaps you start to tense your right fingers, or maybe lift them an inch off the mat and hold for a full breath in. And a breath out. Rise up to stand. So now we're going to twisted crescent. Arms are wide, inhale. Exhale, spin your right heel down, warrior two. Left knee is bending. Sink down into the left leg. Find a big breath in. And a breath out, sink a little deeper. Inhale, reach the left fingers forward, flip the palm. Reverse the warrior, send it up and back, lengthen your left ribs. As you inhale, come back through center and shift all the way forward. Maybe left forearm rests on top of the thigh. Maybe it starts to come down inside the foot on the mat or block. And then maybe right fingertips reach over your right ear as you spin your right heart open. Find your breath. Stay with it. Keep rooting down through the outer edge of your right foot. Take another full big inhale breath here. Full big exhale. Release your hands down to the inside of your left foot. Take that right heel, point it towards the sky, and then soften the knee. Spring forward, Malasana squat. Drop into your seat, but keep that engagement of your low belly. So really feel the pelvis drawing up and forward, and then lengthen your spine. So you're nice and long and tall here. And maybe you're starting to feel that nice spread in your upper spine. I get a nice little stretch across the back of my heart. Hopefully you're getting that as well. Taking 2 more breaths, just resting here. Refinding the breath, 1 more inhale. And then we're gonna find our way to our seat. You can plop down with or without hands, do it if you need. Hands come back behind your seat, fingertips facing forward. All right, find that little sweet spot. So between the sacrum and like sort of the upper part of the bum. And then find that space, maybe bend the elbows, 1 or both shins at a time. Find the shins parallel to the ceiling. Keep your hands or take them to your hamstring or float the palms out in front of you. Flex the toes, and this time start to point your toes. Flex the toes, point your toes, long shins. Flex, point, stay with the point. Keep that left leg as it is and extend your right leg down, pointed leg or pointed foot. And then bring pointed foot back into knee in the middle. Left leg comes down and then draw it in. And then flex the feet, point the feet, and then find low boat, pointed feet. Draw yourself long, holding here for 3. Holding here for 2. 1, rise up, high boat, point the toes. Take an inhale to take the right leg long. Draw the knee back in. Take the exhale to take the left leg, or inhale, take the left leg long. Exhale, draw the knee back in. Flex the feet, point the toes, low boat pose. We hold 3, 2, 1. Draw yourself back up. Last time. We're gonna flex and point, and then drop the right leg. Bring it back through center, and then drop the left leg. Back through center, flex, point, low boat, holding 3, holding 2, 1. High boat inhale, flex the feet, hands behind hamstrings, rock on the spine. We find our way to downward facing dog. However you need to get there. It's a vinyasa, or maybe it's a rest, maybe it's straight to downward facing. You can add, subtract, skip any components. It is your practice. Take what you need from it, leave what you don't. You're making space in your own body. So just remember that as you move. Everything is a suggestion. Because most importantly, we're here for you. You're here for you. Take an inhale to start to draw your right heel high to the sky, three-legged. And then as you exhale, bend into the knee and inhale to open up the right side of the body. Big breath in. Breath out, shift the right hip down, lengthen through the right leg. Bring your right knee to your right tricep, give it a tight squeeze. And this time, take your right leg straight back behind you, point the toes. Drop the top of the foot to the mat, lift it up. Drop it down, lift it up. One more, drop it down, lift it up. Squeeze your right knee in towards your right tricep. Stay here or bend the elbows. Maybe start to float the right leg out laterally, maybe flying splits, and we hold 3, 2, 1. If you have the legs in flight, release the left foot back down, and everyone right knee to nose, and lightly step the foot through. Very nice. Okay, from here, we're gonna runner's lunge, and what I want you to think about is your low belly. So, your leg, your right leg is strong. It's keeping you really grounded. Your left leg is strong. The left thigh is pressing back so that you have a super strong base. Now your low belly, it's gonna hug in so that you have this nice solid foundation so that maybe you can start to tense or even release your fingers completely from the mat and hover. Maybe you draw them back behind you. Maybe you start to reach them forward. Find your breath. We're here for 5. Strong core, strong legs for 4. For 3, 2, float your hands back behind you. Opposite elbows or take a bind. Draw your shoulder blades together. You can stay here or begin to melt your right shoulder to the inside of your right thigh, finding that humble warrior shape. Deep breaths in. And deep breaths out. Maybe you start to open up even more through the front of the chest, the heart. One more breath in. And breath out. If you're in the deeper fold, bring your belly back up over the right thigh. So again, strong core, activated, strong legs. Press through your strong right foot and start to lift your left foot off of the mat, really wobbles, warrior 3. If the bind is not serving you, let it go. Now from here, options. Stay. Continue to draw that left hip down. Find space in your warrior 3. Or if you want to play, start to lower your nose below your right knee and keep bringing your left heel towards the sky, toppling tree. Toppling because maybe you fall out and you find standing split. Find your breath. Stay with it. Taking 2 more inhales. 2 more exhales. Big breath in. If you have your toppling tree or your warrior 3 and your bind, release the bind when you come into a supported variation for a moment. And then bend your right knee, so the standing leg, and draw your left knee all the way up, standing behind your waist. Woo! Big breaths here. Activate your low belly. Lengthen your spine. Maybe begin to kick your left leg forward. From here, soften into the right knee. So you're in a one-legged chair pose. And then wrap your left thigh around the right. You can kickstand the foot. I'm going to face you for a moment. You can kickstand this left foot onto the mat. If you have a wrap, you can drop it sort of on the outside of the shin, or if you have it all the way around. Cool. Take your arms out like a T, and then wrap your left arm underneath. You can grab for your shoulders, backs of palms, or fronts of palms, and then think about making space in the top of the spine. We're holding here. We're breathing, I hope. Take another full breath in. Sink a little deeper on the breath out. Keep your arms bound. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. And then we're going to take that pendulum back into warrior three. Draw your left leg back behind you. Again, if you need to get rid of the bind, get rid of the bind. We might be wobbly. Take an inhale. Step the left toes back. Find high crescent pose. We're going to spin the left heel down. Warrior two with your bind. Reverse the warrior, take it up and back, eagle arm bind, and then side angle pose. Draw your right ribs over your right thigh and spin your left heart space open, holding three. Using your low belly here, holding two. One, release the bind, find side ankle. Maybe left arm extends higher up and over your left ear. Spin your left heart space open. From here, some options. If you would like to explore, go ahead and let your right ribs come down closer to your right thigh. And think about bringing your right shoulder underneath the thigh. So your right hand is to the pinky side edge now of your right foot. Then with your left, outer edge of your left foot still rooting into the mat. Very important. This is solid. It's a base. Maybe your right heel lifts. This might be where you stay. You might explore reaching your left fingers up and over. If you still have space, bring your pieces around your left big toes and begin to hover your right big toe and begin to hover the foot. Maybe begin to extend the right leg forward and then spin your left heart open. Find a breath here. Stay with it for 3, 2, 1. We'll meet back in our extended side angle. Come out as gracefully as you can and release the hands down to the inside of the foot. Lizard, bend the left knee, and then shift forward, Malasana squat. We never get here. Breathing, staying with your breath. Options, you can stay in your Malasana squat this morning. If this is where you need to be, this is a great place. Activate that low core by drawing your pubic bone, your pelvis slightly forward, okay? If you would like crow pose, plant your palms. Bring your knees to your triceps. Keep your gaze forward in front of your fingers and keep rolling forward until you feel that lightness of your toes and then begin to lift them towards your seat. If you are in your crow pose, think about pressing so much through the palms so that maybe you begin to lengthen the arms even more and really find that weightlessness of drawing your heels towards your seat. We're here for another 3, 2, 1. Find your way to vinyasa of choice. You can come back down for your Malasana, plant the palms and flow, or if you have a crow jump back, that is totally up to you. Find your breath. We'll meet it downward facing. You can always skip the flow if it's too much. And just meet here, lifting your seat nice and high. Take another full inhale. And full exhale. As you breathe in, take your left leg high to the sky, three-legged. And then bend into the knees, stack the hip, draw it open. Take an inhale into your left side body. And then re-lengthen the leg, draw your left knee to left tricep, squeeze. Send it straight back, point the toes. Top of the foot comes down. Activate the glutes and lift. Top of the foot down. Activate the glutes and lift. Top of the foot down. Activate and lift. Knee to left tricep, knee hold. Maybe you push up. Maybe you extend your left leg. Maybe you fly on your right toes. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Release the right toes. And left knee comes in towards your nose. And you lightly through. We're going to do that nice long hold here again. So our runner's lunge. So I want you to think about squaring the right hip forward. And then feeling the left leg super strong. Top of right thigh pressing up. So your legs are your base, they're strong. Now, lift your low belly. Lengthen your spine. Maybe you hover the fingertips, maybe you tense them, and you hold here. Maybe you float them back behind you, or even forward. And we're here for 5. We're here for 4, 3, 2. Everybody bring your hands back by your hips. Opposite elbows or clasp the palms, roll the shoulder blades back. Stay with belly covering or begin to melt your left shoulder to the inside of your left thigh. Woo! Breathing. Finding that open space in your left hip. We're here for 2 more inhales. Stay with it. 1 more breath. And then come back up to your center, belly over left thigh. Now, from here, shift the weight into the left foot. With or without the bind, warrior 3. Draw your right toes back behind you. See if you can find that spinal extension, the leg. Make space in your body by pressing the right foot back. Breathing here. The bind is too much, let it go. If you'd like to move on, bow your head down below your left knee as you continue to reach your right heel high. Woo! Find your breath. Falling out will just mean we end up in standing split. It's no worries. 2 more inhales. 1 more big breath in. Standing split or supported warrior 3 as you breathe out. Soften your left knee, standing kindly raise. Draw your right knee up. Find the breath. Okay. We're gonna first find this breath here. Maybe extend through the right leg and then sit low into your left knee. So one-legged chair. And then maybe start to wrap. You can kickstand, you can float the right foot, or if you have a wrap, you can begin to wrap it behind the calf. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Arms come out like a T. Right arm comes underneath. Shoulders, backs of palms, fronts of palms, and then we scoop the elbows up and away. And we hold. And we breathe. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. 1. Just unravel the legs. Draw the right knee back in. Maybe you extend that right foot forward and then pendulum back, warrior 3. If the bind isn't serving you, let it go. Holding here, drop your right hip. Take another inhale, press through the right heel. Exhale, soften back down, high press and pose, and then open up into warrior 2 legs. If the bind isn't serving, let it go. See if you can melt down through the hips. And then inhale to reverse the warrior, keeping the bind if you can. Exhale, finding your side angle pose. With the bind for starters if it's possible, roll your right heart space open. Keep rooting down through the outer edge of the right foot. We're here for 3. Maybe bend a little deeper into the left knee for 2. 1 side angle of your choosing. Maybe dropping left forearm or hand down onto block or mat and reaching right arm up and overhead. If you want to continue to play here, let your ribs collapse down a little bit towards the thigh. Wrap your left shoulder underneath the thigh so that you're on the pinky side edge of the foot. And then use your outer edge of your right foot. That's your anchor. So keep it rooted. Take maybe your left heel off the mat. And if you get here and this is enough, stay. If you would like more, peace fingers around the left big toe. And then you start to maybe kick it forward. Woo! Rolling your right heart space open and holding for 3. 2, 1. We're finding side angle pose. Unwind yourself when you're ready. And release both hands down. Spin your right heel up, soften the knee. Step forward, Malasana. Okay, last time we're in Malasana squat. So, lots of options here. From your Malasana squat, you can stay. You can take a nice twist. You can expand one arm at a time and come through middle. You can crow pose, or if you'd like firefly, my final offering for flight this morning. What I like to do to get into firefly, there's a lot of different ways to do it. But where I'm gonna go this morning is I'm gonna invite you to think about a bear shape. So you're gonna lift your hips in line with your knees. So you have this long spine. So you've been working this long spine and this belly engagement. And then you're gonna take your hands and wrap them underneath the thighs. So just like we were doing in our extended side angle. And then from your bear, you're gonna drop your seat. You're gonna press your palms into the mat. So the seat's dropping a little bit below the knees at this point, And then I like to wiggle my feet towards each other. That helps me find space for my hips. And then you're resting in this little spider shape. Okay, maybe you float the feet off the mat, or maybe you have the feet on the mat and you're just exploring what this feels like to get your belly to engage, to take some stress off your wrists. And then if you get this far and you want to play, maybe one leg, maybe two legs, and you hold. Wherever you are, breathing for 5. If you're in firefly, lift through your heart, maybe flex and point the toes for 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Woo! We're gonna come onto our seat. If you needed to plop down like I did, plop down. Okay. We're gonna work our way onto our backs. So when you're ready, if you haven't come down yet from whatever balance or malasana that you're in, make your way onto your seat. Nothing fancy, just roll your way back down. Let your knees knock in for just a moment, just to settle the breath. Bring a hand over your heart and hand over the belly, and take one full inhale through the nose. Release all the air out through the mouth. All right, unlock the knees, or release them away from each other, whatever that meant, unlock the knees. Bring your hands down by your hips. We're gonna press through the feet. We're gonna find bridge pose. So we're gonna lift the hips off of the mat. We're gonna draw them up towards the ceiling. And I want you to think about expanding the front side of the body, and then maybe starting to tuck the shoulder blades underneath you and find a little more space across the heart. If that's possible, opposite elbows are maybe clasp the palms. Draw the hips high. Holding here, breathing into it. Stay with it. One more breath. Release the hips back down to the mat. Release the bind. Take a full inhale to reset. One more round. Bridge pose, full wheel, supported bridge. Whatever you need in this moment is totally fine. When you're ready, take a big breath in through the nose. Empty all the air out. Exhale. Inhale, bridge pose or full wheel. Lift the hips. If you're going for full wheel, press through the feet. Take the palms by the ears, fingertips pointing back. And then think about drawing your heart up and open, keeping your knees, or your thighs rather, drawn together so that you're not slaying the knees out. You want to keep that integrity so that your low spine is happy, so that your shoulders are happy. We're here for another 3 breaths. Or whenever you need to get out, get out. But if you're with me, we're here for another 2 breaths. Take another full breath in and out. Big breath in. As you exhale, release slowly back down. Hips melting towards the mat, knees knocking in. One hand over your heart. One hand over your belly. Take an inhale breath to soften. Exhale breath to release. From here, draw your knees in towards your chest. Options. We're going to release the left foot back down to the mat and cross the right ankle over the thighs. So setting up for supine figure 4. If you would like, you can bring this into supine Gomukhasana instead. So sort of like eagle wrap, you're going to stack your right knee over the left, and then you're going to draw your feet in toward your hands. So now you have an opposite foot, maybe in your toe, in your peace fingers. And if this is too much, figure 4 on your back is a great place to be. We're really just going for some sensation in our outer hips and glutes. And Instagrammers, if you shut off because it gives me such a weird time limit, please know that we're going to take this on both sides. We're going to take a supine twist, and then we're going to shavasana. So you know where we're going. That way I don't have to stop and restart. Okay. Take another full breath into your hip opener, whatever you've chosen. And breath out. Releasing the feet back down to the mat, uncross the legs. And then other side, it's left ankle over the thigh. And maybe you stay in this figure 4 variation, or you can start to cross the left thigh over the right and draw the knees in. So once you have this supine Gomukhasana, you can try and lift the peace fingers around the big toes and then spread the feet apart. So you're really feeling that outer left hip and glute. And we're breathing as we drop the sacrum down towards the mat. And just settling in here, allowing your thoughts to start to melt away. And I don't mean all of your thoughts like ever, just like let the stuff that isn't important in this moment right now, the stuff that you can just release so that you can be here on your mat for a few moments, let that stuff go if you can. Or notice what it is that you're holding on to. Take another deep inhale here. And deep exhale. All right, bring your knees back in towards center. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Maybe wrapping onto the upper parts of the elbows, around the shins, wrapping your elbows. Wow. Finding Apanasana for a moment. And then releasing the feet down about hip width on your mat. If you don't like this variation of a twist, you're free to take something else. But I'm going to teach arms out wide, and then I'm just going to allow you to stagger leg, or I'm going to ask you to stagger leg, drop the knees over to the left, gazing towards the right. And again, if this doesn't work in your body for whatever reason, you can stack the legs, you can keep one long, you can even take a seated twist. Just do something that allows you to feel release in your low spine. It allows you to release your right ear and shoulder, maybe. To soften across your heart. Take another breath here. And a breath out here. Come back through center, knees pointing towards the ceiling. Shift your hips gently over to the left and rock your knees over to the right, taking your gaze up over your left arm. Allow yourself to settle here. Feel the left ear and shoulder drawing down. Release the work, the effort. Whatever you're holding on to in your body, just letting it go. And then back to neutral. Draw them in towards your chest and give yourself one last little squeeze here. Maybe take a full breath in and really feel the back body lengthening out. So even though we're in this contracted position, you're still trying to lengthen the spine. And then when you're ready, a big inhale, you will float yourself open, palms open, feet splaying open. And we find a Shavasana. Think about your hips just melting and releasing. Think about your chest broadening. Give yourself whatever time you can spare. I know when we're at home or we're practicing in our backyard or in our living rooms that there are 1,000,001 distractions. We see the things around us that we could be doing. There's people that are wanting our attention, or pets, or text messages, or whatever. But if you can, tune that stuff out and give yourself this space, this permission to just be here on your back for another few moments. Let all the work settle into the body. Feel the yoga settling into your mind. And stay here. You made all of this space for yourself this morning so that you can show up in this world with a fresh lens. Maybe with just some fresh feelings, whatever they might be. As always, stay on your back as long as you are able, as long as it feels right for you. But if you're feeling ready to make moves, you can reach your arms up overhead, find a big pencil stretch, maybe point your toes, roll the ankles, roll the wrists. And then shift over onto one side, resting easily before pressing into a comfortable seat. Closing out our practice this morning together, rooting through the seat, lengthening through our side bodies, feeling the shoulders pressing down and back, feeling the crown of the head drawing up towards the ceiling. So sitting up tall, feeling that strength, that space you created in the body. And then reaching your hands to your heart center, pressing thumbs in towards the sternum. Giving yourself thanks for showing up on your mat. Giving your body thanks for moving in the way that it did. Thanking your breath for being there for you. Hands through our third eye as we bow in gratitude to our fellow yogis who are practicing with us in your bar this morning or whenever you're taking this class. Thank you guys so much for being here. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Again, I'm Jamie King, and this is Flex and Flow's digital studio. If you loved it, if you want more of it, join us for Zoom classes daily. They're super fun. They're live, or you can take the recordings. You just have to sign up. All right. That is all. I always welcome questions, feedback, comments, etc. You can hit me up on the platform at Jamie King Fit or at Flex and Flow PDX. Thanks, everybody. Have a happy rest of your Saturday. I hope your hips and hamstrings are feeling a little more, and shoulders are feeling a little more open this morning. You guys all did awesome, I'm sure. Thanks, Bianca and Megan.